Hi guys, it is time for another one of your replays, or technically it's two replays, because these two replays were sent to me from BeyondD. This is a really good ELC game on Malinovka. It's a 44%er, and I enjoy platooning with BeyondD because on those occasions where I die rather quickly and Beyond is left alive, I get to spectate him, and I've learned a lot from watching how Beyond plays, and I think these two replays are going to show you just how good a player Beyond can be. So here we go. So being 44%er on Malinovka, Beyond really needs to get spots for his team. He needs to find the enemy tanks so that his team can actually start doing damage. And he's going to be active scouting. He goes straight into active scouting mode. Now, the way I scout is I normally start pretty much most scout games as a passive scout, and then move into active scout once I see how the game is developing. But Beyond has moved straight into active scouting, and he's just spotted 3 tanks up on the ridge. But if you look at the minimap, something very strange is happening, and that is no friendly tanks have gone to E8. Yeah. Normally, TDs and friendlies go to E8 and they can shoot up at the tanks you're spotting on the ridge, but nope, not in this case. For some reason, most of his team are heading up the hill, which is not bad, but a lot of his tanks are heading south. At STA-1 is playing rather aggressively for a Japanese tank, and yeah, too aggressive in a Japanese tank, and their first tank is down. So 44%er and Beyond's team are already losing. He's still active spotting in the middle, but there's no one around to actually shoot the tanks he's spotting. He has been wasting his time so far in this game. Maybe that's a shot in frustration, I don't know, but yeah, the game isn't going so well. So Beyond is probably wondering what he can do to have an impact, what he can do to influence this game, because there hasn't been a lot of influence yet. He's spotted tanks no one has shot at. Hasn't been able to put his gun into action. And he's still doing a little bit of active scouting, but no enemy tanks and no friendly tanks to back him up. So at this point, Beyond decides that, okay, he's probably going to have to do something. Looks as if the enemy team are winning the hill. There's a T-95 down here, so Beyond has spotted him. Gets below his gun line. And there's a VK backing him up, and there's an AFK Jagdpanther 2 in the forest, but the Jagdpanther looks as if he's just woken up. So Beyond has fired another time, and I'm starting to wonder whether or not it's to lower his camo to try and encourage enemy tanks to shoot at him and reveal their positions, but he's moved forward. He's spotting the T-95. But he only has a VK for backup. So this T-95 does not like the fact that there's a little scout below him, and now there's an AMX 1390 coming down after him. AMX 1390 dies to the VK. So the T-95 has come down after Oh, and SU-152 comes down. Tries to get a ram kill from behind, but mistimes his run. He jumps off the cliff into the water, and Beyond moves right behind him so he can't reverse. And the SU-152 gets drowned. So really solid play by Beyond. The IS-8 is moving down, so there's an IS-8, a T-95. IS-8's getting shot in the side, but he's focused on Beyond, and Beyond's using the wreck of the SU-152, but it doesn't matter. IS-8 gets a shot in. So Beyond tracks the IS-8 in a really bad position and pulls back. IS-8 is now side on to that Jagdpanther 2. Unfortunately, the VK has died. So enemy AMX came down after Beyond and died. IS-8 has come down after Beyond and is dying. Beyond goes for another track shot to keep him in a really bad situation. The enemy SU-152 came down after Beyond and died. There's an ISU-152 above, and that T-95, who's not exactly a fast tank. So there's a pretty good chance the T-95 is still down here, and Beyond is moving forward. Wants to get spots for the Jagdpanther 2, and there we go. T-95 has not moved at all. So that's 4 enemy tanks who came down after Beyond, simply because he poked the corner. And 3 of them are dead. Just the T-95 left, and there's an ISU-152 above him. In the meantime, most of the friendly tanks that went south have died, and the guys on the hill have done a pretty good job. It's now 1v1 up there. It was looking bleak earlier on, but the Conqueror has done a really good job up there. So there's a Leopard behind Beyond. Don't know if Beyond sees him. Okay, he does. He does. He's keeping an eye on the minimap. Jagdpanther 2 takes out the Leopard. So there's an ISU-152 above him, T-95 in front of him, and Beyond is trying to keep him lit, but now he's actually trying to get his gun on target. Very poor gun depression on the ELC, so Beyond is constantly moving. Ooh, well done. Good shot by the Jagdpanther 2 and the Conqueror on the hill to take out the ISU. And Beyond is just trying to get this gun on target. It's very difficult in the water, but he finally manages to do it. Fires a little bit prematurely, slightly before he was fully aimed, and misses that shot. But goes back to work. He's found a good angle now to shoot the cupola. Doesn't miss his second shot. T-95 is now focused on the Jagdpanther 2, and the Jagdpanther 2 takes him out. So that is pretty much 6 enemy tanks that either came down to get Beyond or basically sat on the ridge above him. And all 6 have died. So it is now, the Jagdpanther 2 has been taken out, it is now 2v2. Beyond, excuse me, Beyond took a big hit from the IS-8 and did a little bit of damage trying to get into cover. He's on 3 hit points. The Conqueror on his team is on 372 hit points, so there are 2 enemy tanks left. One of them has trying to cap, so Beyond moves in, spots him, Tiger 1 on full health. But just remember, the Conqueror and the ELC are both one-hit kills now. So the 2 tanks, Conqueror and ELC, go to work on the Tiger 1. Long aim time. And this Tiger is clueless. He was tracked. In a situation like this, folks, don't ever cap. You're giving away your position. So, Conqueror has tracked the Tiger again. And then finishes him off. So, Conqueror looks to be using the 20-pounder gun. He's got a pretty good rate of fire. 1 enemy tank left. It's an E75, and he was last spotted on, doesn't say. Okay, so no idea what health the E75 is on, but the Conqueror is on low health, as is Beyond. So Beyond is doing a little bit more active scouting. He's trying to get spots for this Conqueror, trying to locate the E75. The Conqueror has moved down, and he's moving down to these rocks and bushes to cover the cap. And Beyond is still scouting. And E75 has been spotted. And he seems to be... No, he's not turning his turret. So I don't think Beyond was spotted here. Now, I forgot to point out at the beginning of this game, Beyond doesn't have Sixth Sense. He doesn't have a fully skilled crew in this ELC. But E75 has been spotted, and unfortunately the E75 was on full health. And can pretty much one-hit kill the Conqueror. And Beyond, well, the E75 just has to sneeze in his general direction. Conqueror spots the E75 moving forward, but Beyond his gain is being very, very clever. He's switching location. They're going to get the E75 into a pincer. Conqueror from one side, ELC from the other. The E75 is now turned towards Beyond. So Beyond has been spotted. And the E75 has decided to retreat. He spotted Beyond coming across, but his turret is aimed at the Conqueror. And Beyond is again relocating. He's going to try and get side shots on this tank. Now, a mistake a lot of players do in a situation like this is they'll stay together, safety in numbers, and they'll shoot at the last remaining enemy tank. But what that means is they're basically shooting at the last remaining enemy tank from the same position, which allows the enemy tank to use his frontal armor. In this situation, the Conqueror is keeping the E75 busy from the front. Beyond is popping up to keep the E75 lit for the Conqueror, but he's also changing the angle so that he's going to be able to shoot the weak spots if the E75 is focused on the Conqueror. And likewise, the Conqueror is going to be able to shoot the weak spots if the E75 focuses on the ELC. And there we go. E75 was moving towards Beyond, and the Conqueror is working on his side. Beyond pops forward, spots him again. E75 is still side on to the Conqueror, and the Conqueror is just going to work. Now the E75 turns to face the Conqueror, and he's giving Beyond his weak side. And now Beyond puts a shot into the E75, and now the E75 does not want to advance. Again, he's turned his turret to face Beyond, and the Conqueror just puts a shot into the side of his turret. So, these guys are really, really confusing this E75. E75 has retreated, and Beyond pops forward to get a spot again. And again, the E75 is facing Beyond. He's giving the side of his turret to the Conqueror. This poor E75. He was on full health against two one-hit kill tanks. Jagdpanther 2 is congratulating Beyond. He's doing a really, really good job. I concur. And again, Beyond switches angle. He wants to keep this ELC, or he wants to keep the E75 lit up. Moves forward. There's the E75. E75 obviously took another hit because he's down to 81 health. And he's decided that the only safe place he can go is down into that little dip of suicide. That little slope where Beyond basically turned the course of this game and was responsible or had a part in taking out 6 of the enemy team. So Beyond is edging forward. Is the E75 still down there? Nope, he's advanced. Okay, and he's got his rear to Beyond. So Beyond just moves forward, aims, back of the turret, and gets his second kill of the game. Wow. That was Beyond's Mastery Badge, and no other medals. He finished top on XP with 1333. Did 1224 damage and 2 kills. He only spotted 3 enemy tanks, but he still managed to do 3,503 spotting assistance, mainly down to that move where he encouraged a lot of the enemy tanks to come down and get him. He managed 7 base defense points, damaged 5, destroyed 2. He earned 36,000 credits for that game, and with a premium account bonus and ×2 thrown in, 4,397 XP. But we're not done there yet. I was in a hurry to rush out a KV-220 review because it appeared very surprisingly in the gift shop, and it's a tank that's very rare, doesn't appear in the gift shop very often, and I really wanted to get a review out on the same day it appeared. So I got this posted, and thankfully a lot of people got to see this review before the KV-220 disappeared from the gift shop. But one of the comments I did receive on the review was, one of the first comments was from BeyondD. And BeyondD took the plunge. He went and he purchased a KV-220 after watching the review. And he sent me this in the comments. So it was a victory on Hidden Village. KV-220, 11,495 XP earned on a ×5, 72,000 credits earned, battle achievements, steel wall, high caliber, top gun, master gunner, sharpshooter, Radley Walters, mastery badge, ace tanker. So a new tank he had just bought, something he bought that day. He took 60 hits for 6.1k potential damage and 7 kills. And then he thanked me because he didn't know the tank was that good. Well, after receiving a comment like this, I had to ask him to see the replay, and thankfully he sent me a link to it. But I forgot to ask him for permission to upload it, so after begging a little bit, he agreed to let me show this video. So I'm going to be showing you the KV-220 game right now. So here we are on Hidden Village. It is a 42%er, so BeyondD has his work cut out for him, but BeyondD is in his brand new KV-220. Here we go. Now, there are a lot of tanks on the enemy team, and a lot of good players who can easily pen the KV-220. The KV-1, the T-34, the PZ-SFL-4C, and the T-49 all easily have more than 100 millimeters of pen. And maybe some of the other tanks too, it depends on what gun they're using. But there are quite a few Tier 2s, or Tier 4s, and quite a lot of Tier 3s on the enemy team. So this is, even though it's a 44%er, it's quite a nice matchup for the KV-220. So BeyondD is just going to work his way up the North Road. And T-49, BeyondD misses a shot on the move, but he has sixth sense, because as I say, BeyondD loves the Churchill 3. It's probably the same crew. He gets a good shot into the T-49. And one of the most dangerous tanks on the enemy team is dead because he played his tank wrong, played it as a scout, and the speed got him into trouble. So BeyondD has got kill number 1. He has just been spotted for the first time, so he wasn't spotted while shooting the T-49. And he's the main top tier heavy tank, so he's just advancing. Oh, T-46 dies before BeyondD can get down around the corner to get a shot at him. But more tanks spotted. There's a T-80, M3 Lee. The M3 Lee can pen the KV-220, but BeyondD is angled. Gets a shot into the M3 Lee before he retreats. T-80. And T-80 is bouncing. And BeyondD is just working on this T-80. Kills the T-80. Medium 3 decides to run for it. But we know there's an M3 Lee. Oh, and there's an AT-2. And the AT-2 is going to be very difficult for BeyondD to take on frontally. So again, BeyondD is not interested in that particular fight. And he moves, changes angle. There are 2 tanks he can easily kill down around this corner. So medium 3 is dead. Oh, M3 Lee is retreating. So there we go, AT-2, no problem penning BeyondD. So BeyondD turns, PZ-SFL has no problems penning. There we go. So as good as the armor on the KV-220 is, you really need to angle it to get the most out of it. It's a shot on the move on the PZSFL, but misses. And BeyondD's team are being capped. So BeyondD has got 3 kills, but his team are melting. I shouldn't say they're melting, actually. They're doing quite well. It's 10-11. But rather than take on the AT2 frontally, BeyondD decides to head back towards cap. KV-1 down below him. And there's a Kehoe moving back to intercept cap. So BeyondD moves down to take care of the KV-1 to stop him interrupting the Kehoe from resetting cap. And there we go. Kehoe has managed to reset cap. Well played. And BeyondD is just going to work against this KV-1. And as you can see, BeyondD hasn't had to fire any premium yet. The gun gets criticized on the KV-220, but it is good enough if you aim at weak spots. So BeyondD is angled and he's taking fire from a Chiha, from a KV-1, and from a Valentine. But these guys, he's side on, and these guys just cannot kill him. So BeyondD reckons the KV-1 is still there. He's still firing at the KV-1's last known position, and manages a lovely blind kill. The Chiha's there, and BeyondD manages another kill. So BeyondD is up to 5 kills now. But unfortunately, the friendly Kehoe's died, and they're now being capped again. And BeyondD is going for blind shots to where he thinks this Valentine is shooting him. This Valentine is keeping him tracked. BeyondD has already used his repair kit, so he's finally gotten his tracks back up. And now he needs to get back to cap. So 5 kills for BeyondD. He's already done 1,500 damage. Received 41 hits so far. Has just been spotted, but he can't really focus on the Valentine. He really needs to stop this cap. So he's just rolling forward, and the Valentine AT is continuing to work on his side, but can't pen him. PZ1C has been spotted. BeyondD decides to take out his cover, and the PZ1C decides to run. So gets a good shot into the PZ1C. Tracks the PZ1C. Gets another good shot in. And all the time the Valentine AT is just bouncing. This is just such a troll tank, folks. Oh, misses the shot. Come back here. There you go. So there's Top Gun for BeyondD. And the Valentine AT has still got him spotted, is still shooting. And he's just tracked him again. $80mm of rear armor on the KV-220. And it's amazing how often in this tank I just ignore tanks that are behind me because I know they're not going to be able to pen my rear. And there are very few tanks you can say that about. So BeyondD decides to ignore the Valentine. He needs to go up and take care of this AT, or the AT2. AT2 is on 3 kills, so he's a decent player. But the AT2 can pen the KV-220. So BeyondD really needs to close the distance. The gun on the KV-220 is not great. It works perfectly fine, but it's not great. So AT2 is bouncing, BeyondD is angled against the AT2. More bounces, and he's closing the distance. He tracks the AT2. AT2 tracks BeyondD. And now BeyondD has switched to premium. He's not messing around. And even premium, 121 millimeters of penetration, not guaranteed to go through an AT2 when it's angled. Missing his track shots. It does manage to track him again. Gets a nice shot into the cupola. Tracks him again. And as you can see, he's got an orange reticule on the cupola of the AT2. So even with premium ammo, he's not guaranteed to pen even the cupola of an AT2. But he realizes he can pen the side. And finishes the AT2 for kill number 7 and does a little spin of victory. So just one enemy tank left. Apologies for the noise in the background if you can hear that. There's some construction work happening outside my house at the moment. But Beyond moves down. Where's this Valentine AT? Oh, he's moved forward. And there he is. So, direct shot on the side of the KV-220, and even then the Valentine can't pen. And there we go. 62 shots received. 8 kills. 2,348 damage. So we've already mentioned at the beginning of the video what Beyond got for this, but he picked up Mastery, picked up Radley Walters, High Caliber, Top Gun, and Steel Wall. He also picked up a Sharpshooter medal and maybe another couple of minor medals. He finished top on XP with 1533. Amazing performance, 2,548 damage and 8 kills. This is just such a troll tank, and it is so new player friendly. It forgives so many mistakes. He fired 62 shots, penned 32 of those. So the gun, while not fantastic, it does the job. I really can't criticize the tank for having an average gun, because that's what it is. It's not great, but it's not bad. As I say, 2,548 damage. He received 61 hits. 33 non-penetrations and 28 penetrations, but most of those were simply track damage with no HP damage. He received potential damage of 6,170. He spotted 4, damaged 9, destroyed 8, and even managed to do 150 assistance damage. He earned 41,000 credits for that particular game, and as it was a ×5, he earned a grand total of 11,495 XP on a premium account. So this is why the KV-220 is an ultimate troll machine. It is just a fantastic fun tank to play, and it is very inexperience friendly. It is very new player friendly. New players can have good games in this tank, and experienced players can have monster games. So 2 really good replays from Beyond. Thank you so much for allowing me to show them, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.